people and also registering at the same time.
What's your opinion about the zoning conversation? Will ADC be zoning to any particular?
We have no zoning provision in the ADC's constitution. In fact, the only party that has zoning in its constitution is PDP.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has made a statement that is already shaking the political conversation ahead of the general election in 2027. According to him, there is no zoning arrangement in the African Democratic Congress, ADC, which literally means no north, no south, no rotation, just an open contest. But Nigerians are asking a very serious question. Is this really about democracy? Or is this about some political advantage? And most importantly, what does this mean for Peter Obi and the South? Let's break it down. Atiku clarified that the ADC constitution does not recognize zoning, unlike the People Democratic Party, PDP, which formally rotates power and between regions. ADC has no such written rule, according to him. On paper, this sounds democratic. Anyone can contest, anyone can aspire. But politics is not just about what is written in a constitution. It is about political sensitivity, fairness, and timing. And timing is everything. Nigeria is a diverse country with deep regional and ethnic sensitivities. Since 1999, zoning has been used as a stabilizing political tool to balance power between North and South. After 8 years of a Northern president, many Nigerians strongly believe that power should remain in the South for the sake of fairness and national balance. This is the argument many supporters of Peter Obi continue to make. So when Atiku says there is no zoning in the ADC, critics see something else. They see a potential attempt to reopen a race that many believe should be morally zoned to the South. Let's examine this critically. Atiku is from the North. If zoning is removed, he is automatically eligible to contest freely without restriction. If zoning were politically enforced towards the South, it would significantly reduce his chance of emerging as a party's candidate. So the big question becomes, is this purely about party ideology, or is it about political positioning ahead of 2027? Because while ADC may not have zoning written in its constitution, political parties often take strategic decisions based on national mood and public expectation. And right now, a large section of Nigeria believes fairness demands certain leadership. Now, let's talk about Peter Obi. Peter Obi represents a strong certain political force. In the 2023 election cycle, he mobilized massive youth support across the country. He reshaped political conversation. He proved that political structure can be challenged. It became a symbol of generational shift and accountability politics. Now imagine a scenario where zoning is completely removed. Obi would not only have to compete on national strength and popularity, but he will potentially face northern political heavyweights in the same space without any balancing framework. That automatically changes the internal dynamics significantly. Supporters of Obi may see this as an unnecessary reopening of what they considered a settled moral debate, that after a northern presidency, the South deserves a fair opportunity. And this is where the political issues between Obi and Atiku might likely arise. If ADC refuses to consider zoning politically, even if it is not constitutionally, it risks internal division. Southern stakeholders may feel marginalized. Youth voters who are pushing for political reform may question the direction of the party. Regional sentiment could quietly build tension beneath the surface. And in Nigeria politics, perception is everything. Sometimes, what is legally correct is not always politically wise. Democracy is not about open competition. It is about managing diversity, protecting unity, and ensuring that every region feels included in the power structure. The counter-argument, of course, is that leadership should not be based on competence, not geography. Many Nigerians argue that most capable candidates, regardless of whether that person comes from the north or the south, this is a valid democratic position. But others insist that competence and fairness are not mutually exclusive. They are believing zoning provides balance while still allowing capable candidates to emerge within that framework. So when Atiku publicly states that there is no zoning in ADC, it automatically sends a signal. It signals that the contest is open. It signals that regional rotation may not be a priority. And it signals that 2027 calculations have already begun. For Peter Obi supporters, this could be interpreted as a political warning sign. If the opposition space becomes fragmented again, it could weaken its overall strength against the ruling party. And that raises another serious concern. Will internal competition overshadow the broader goal of preventing a united opposition front? Because one lesson from past election is clear: divisions weakens momentum. If ADC becomes a battleground over zoning debate, it distracts from policy conversation Nigerians actually care about: economy, inflation, unemployment, and security concern. Voters are tired of power games. They want solution to the endemic they are currently battling with. Yet, here we are again, debating regional balance instead of national transformation. Atiku has literally said there is no zoning in ADC. Technically, he may be right based on party documentation, but politically, the conversation is far from over. For many southern Nigerians and supporters of Peter Obi, zoning is not just a constitutional clause, it is a matter of equity, balance, and political trust. As 2027 approaches, one thing is clear: the opposition space is already eating up. Statements made today are not random, they are strategic. Alliances are being considered, calculations are being made, positions are being defined. The real question now is, will ADC prioritize open competition above all else, or will it consider the broader political mood of the nation and adopt a balancing strategy? And beyond that, can the opposition avoid repeating past mistakes? The road to 2027 has officially begun. What happens next may determine not just who emerges as a candidate, but whether Nigeria see a credible and united alternative. So what do you think? Well, if this is your first time, you can actually drop your comment in the comment section below and like this button for more visibility. Thank you.